eBay is full of sketchy listings, but there's not much sketchier than people selling 500 Million Edition PS4s for way too cheap. So I bought the cheapest ones I could find on eBay from sellers with strange feedback, and today we're gonna find out if these consoles are legit or if some of these sellers should be, you know, banned. So I paid $327 for this console, and the seller has some pretty rough feedback. Let me just show you. Stay away, filthy item full of animal hair and stink. Yikes. And this one continues that trend and says these were expired and gave my cat diarrhea. So let's see what's inside of this box here. Wow. This is some Goodwill packaging here, and you gotta be kidding me, man. No way. Now, as I pull this out, you can see the console itself is extremely glossy, like probably the glossiest console in existence, and it's a see-through. And yeah, you can see this thing is littered with scratches, and of course it does not help when you stuff this thing on top of a console and let it shift back and forth in shipping. So I will say in the photos, this thing was already scratched up horribly. So like, did they add much more scratching? I don't know, man, but let's go ahead and plug this thing in and hopefully it works. Okay guys, well finally the console's booting up and it's not factory reset, which is kind of awesome, but gotta mention the controller, it's rattling, and also I think there's some corrosion on the screws here in the controller. How does that happen? Man, this is, oh man, whoever had this console should be ashamed for treating the console like this. But let's go ahead and let's go around here. We got Junior S Cruise playing some Mortal Kombat, Bloodborne, Ratchet and Clank. Looks like they're all disc-based games, so they're not digital games I could play on this console as far as I'm aware. Let's go to the settings next up and see what system software we're on. We're on 10.01. That's fairly old. I mean, I think we're on 12 something now, so okay. And yeah, okay, interesting. So this person got the PS2 or PS4, I guess, in 2022 and played it for like 3 months, and that was it. Okay. All right, guys, let's start by putting a game inside, see if it reads, and then we'll try to connect to the internet and see if we can fix some of this other stuff. And yeah, let's be curious what this will do here. Okay, pulls it in just fine. And yeah, there it is, just installed without an issue. So cool, disk drive does work. I was a little concerned there considering how this console looks, but awesome. Wait a second. Oh no, what, huh? What's going on back here? Okay, so I was trying to plug in my Ethernet cable and this piece just fell off the back, the piece that covers the hard drive. What's going on there? Okay, so basically you take this screw out and you can pull the tray out that has the hard drive inside. And I believe this little cover just snaps into place. Okay, there it goes. It just snapped back in. I guess it was just loose probably from the shipping. Oh, also just noticed we're missing one rubber foot down here, which is a little bit annoying, but I guess that's not a huge deal. Overall, disappointed to see the condition of this console, but not really surprised. So let's go ahead and leave some feedback for this person. It's rough to see a limited edition console in this condition, but overall, I'd say it was close enough to the condition that the seller showed in the listing. Positive feedback. So guys, this console here, I'm a little concerned for a few reasons. Let me explain why. So first of all, the photos were all really dark, so I can't tell what kind of condition the console is actually in. Second of all, the seller has no feedback at all, which is always a little suspicious. Third, I paid $75 in shipping for this console that came from Tennessee. I live in North Carolina, so right next door, and it's in a small USPS box. This is like a $20 max shipping cost, so like a little sus. Let's open it up and see what's inside. Also not a huge fan of, how small this box is for such a premium console. And yeah, we got some cords stuffed in here, and the console is slightly bubble wrapped. Oh my gosh, what is with people just not hardly bubble wrapping anything on these expensive consoles, dude? This is a limited edition, nice looking console, and you got one layer bubble wrap, and wow, ooh, that's not in great condition. It's actually the exact opposite of great condition here, guys. Let's take a closer look at this thing. So as you look at it, this thing is just littered with scratches all over it, which is just awesome. Wow. Oh, wow. There is so much crap in the side vents here. Hopefully you can see that. If not, we'll take some photos, but like, holy crap, that looks bad. The front also has a ton of scratches. It is number 47,007 out of 50,000. It's also missing one rubber foot down here, and wait, hold on. Dude, it's missing the cover back here. Did the listing show that? Let me check. Yes, the listing had no photos of the back of the console, and also it said, just the description said, has an amazing 2 TB with great gameplay and has been taken care of except for the fact that the fan is loud, which is fixable. I forgot about that. That's a little sus. So yeah, let's plug this thing in and see what happens, because holy crap, it is so dirty. That's probably why the fan is loud, but let's find out. And dude, I just got this console plugged in, and it looks like somebody quite literally dragged the back of it across the concrete. Like there's just bumps and dents all over the back of it. Just not getting the premium experience I would expect from like a limited edition console like this. But with the sponsor of today's video, Comet Browser by Perplexity, you sure can get a premium experience. Now, Comet is a new AI-powered web browser that uses its built-in personal assistant to actively help you do things on the internet. This is not just another LLM chatbot or an AI-assisted search engine, although Comet can do those things, of course. This is a fully functional AI helper that can actively interact with the websites you use every day. So for example, let's say I'm hiring a new video editor to join my team, but they haven't seen my videos before. Well, to help them get familiarized with my content more quickly, Comet's assistant feature can help them by finding my best video from the past month or so, and as you can see, it's recommending this banger the 1 penny switch video, and then from there they can click the summarize this video button to get some bullet points going over the video. Comment by Perplexity is like having a $2,000 browser from the future, but it's completely free to use right now. And if you use my link in the description on your computer, you'll get 30 days of Perplexity Pro, so you can take full advantage of what Comet can do for you. But here's the thing, guys, this is a limited time offer, so make sure to act fast so you don't miss out. We got power at least. I'm ready for this fan to go crazy. There's a game inside. What? Okay, let's eject this thing. Spider-Man, probably? GTA 5. Okay, that's a hit. I'll take it, but oh my gosh, look at the back of this thing. What? Come on now, like, do people really buy special edition consoles like this and treat them like this? Like scratch them all up, get fingerprints all over the discs? Like, look at that. It looks like somebody was eating pizza and just started rubbing their fingers on it. Like, what is going on? Also, no, there's a crack on the front. No, dude. I did not even see that earlier. Was that in the photos? Oh, man. If you zoom in really hard, you can kind of see it, but you can only see the crack in the photos. If you knew there was a crack in real life, that's annoying. Also, I can kind of hear that fan now. Let's listen to it. It almost sounds like it's rattling against something, but I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and wait for this thing to fix itself because it was storage corrupted or whatever. So let's wait for this thing to turn back on. Okay, console booted up. And of course, the owner did not only beat this thing up, but just didn't turn it off properly, which is not really surprising. But here we are. And I guess it's not factory reset either, which we're about to find out. Yep, we got Willard Blanken something, and Hashim Mohan. All right, so they're playing FC24. So they're playing fairly recently. And of course, left GTA 5 in the disk drive, which is funny. We'll test that out in just a second to see if that works. Checking out the apps and stuff here. We have Brawlhalla. What on earth is that? Other than that, normal stuff like Minecraft, 2K23, Peacock TV, Roblox, of course. Let's go ahead and try to boot up Capture Gallery and see if there's anything interesting on this. Nope, looks like pretty normal stuff. Let's go back though and check out the system software next up and see what we're on. 12.52, so pretty recent, okay. And checking out the notifications, you can see the last time they played was back in July of 2025, so actually fairly recently. Probably bought a PS5, I would assume. On the other profile here actually has a passcode on it. I'm kind of curious if I can guess that.
2 hours later.
I guessed a bunch of things, couldn't figure it out. It doesn't really matter because I wouldn't see much in the profile anyway, but just curious. And guys, let's go ahead and toss this game inside and see if it'll actually read. Definitely very slow pulling in, okay. But hey, it does appear to read the game, so that's good to see. Now overall, this console does work. I haven't heard the fan get too loud, but I'm also not playing a game. It'll probably get loud later. Of course, we heard a little bit of rattling earlier, but haven't heard anything since then. Well, you know, overall, guys, I think we're ready to leave some feedback on this seller. Expensive shipping, tons of scratches, missing hard drive cover, crack in the corner. The list goes on. I'm going negative feedback here, guys. But hey, at least I got a free game. Okay, guys, so the feedback on this seller and the experience of getting this console was interesting. Let me explain why. So first of all, this person has 2 pieces of negative feedback. First is somebody bought The Legend of Zelda from them and they left 1 dot as their feedback. It's kind of strange. And second one says purchase August 15th and after 2 weeks, no update to order, which is basically exactly what happened to me. I ordered October 4th and it didn't ship until October 21st. I had to like file a claim and everything, and the guy said he was going to send me some money back for shipping after it arrived, but he hasn't done that, so I don't know what the deal is. Let's go ahead and open this thing up though and find out what's inside of it. And by the way, I believe I paid $280 for this, which is a solid price depending on the condition, but let's go ahead and see what he's got in here. Okay, we actually got the real 500 millionth edition, or 500 million edition controller here, which is nice to see. Okay, and down here we have the console, which again, like, there's some packaging, but dude, 1 layer of bubble wrap around this thing for this limited edition console. That's just so tragic, man. But anyways, let's take this thing out and take a closer look at it. All right, so bottom looks fine. Got a little rubber feet. It's got some smudges and stuff, but nothing too crazy. The top does have quite a bit of scratching. It's not horrible, but still, you know, way more scratching than I'd like to see on a special edition, limited edition console like this. So that's a little disappointing, but you can kind of see that in the photos. We also have our number here, which is 43,121 out of 50,000. Also, there's like little hairs all over this thing. Hopefully, it might be like cat hair or something, but I don't know, man. Let's plug this thing in and see what happens. And actually, first I want to check out this controller and see what kind of condition it's in. Now, thumbsticks themselves are pretty good. This thing is extremely dusty. I don't know where they kept this thing. Why is it so dusty? And the back is fine. So yeah, let's plug this thing in and see what happens. And boot it up. Wow, it looks like this guy factory reset his console, which is a little bit surprising. Let's go ahead and, what was that? It's not connecting. That's not ideal. I'm trying a different controller here and it's connecting fine. It was charging and everything, but when I try this controller here, there's no charging light and it just flashes a couple times. Oh, it's flashing more now, but still not connecting. All right, I don't like to see that. Okay, so now it is charging while it's on the stand. So I almost wonder if the USB port on this thing is toast, but the charger works. That's sketchy, man. Let's go ahead and set this thing up, though. All right, so boot it up. We're going to hop into the system and check out the system software. We're on 12.5.2, which I think is the most recent or pretty close to being the most recent. So, okay. And then next up, we'll toss the game inside, see how this mechanism works. Get Call of Duty Black Ops. It's a little slow, but it's working. I gotta say, the more I look at this console, actually the worse it looks. I'm gonna have to show you some photos, but it's like, it's got some marks on it. What are those, like watermarks? What are those? Hopefully that is not permanent. I'll try to wipe that off in a minute and see what happens. But first, yeah, game is loading up. That's good to see. So it is working. But we also want to plug in our Ethernet cable and see if we got internet. Because the Ethernet cable plugged in, and I just plugged this controller in again, and maybe it just needed a jump start on the other thing because I plugged it in here and it's actually charging now. There we go. Okay, thank goodness this controller is working. I was gonna be really mad if this controller did not work, but it is good to go there. So let's go ahead and connect our internet up now and make sure that works. And yeah, that's good to go as well now. So overall, console fine, but one more thing I want to try out. Like I said, I want to try to wipe this thing off and see if it'll get rid of any of this staining or something on the console. I don't know what that is. Yeah, that's not coming off. Wow. And yeah, looking at the listing, you can see one photo where it kind of shows the weird speckles, but not too in depth, but you can see them. I don't know. I don't know what that's from. Let me know down below if you got any ideas. But guys, I think we're ready to leave some feedback for the seller. So the console works, but there's some weird speckles on the console itself, which were kind of disclosed in the listing, but not fully. And really my main issue is how long it took the seller to ship this thing and the weird communication. So overall, guys, I'm going neutral feedback. So guys, seller of this console actually did not have bad feedback, but the listing was really interesting, and the whole situation of getting this console was very interesting. Let me show you why. So first of all, apparently this console was actually cleaned inside and out, unlike everything else I purchased in this video. And it also comes with a few other things in the listing here. But what really gets me is basically I messaged this guy 10 days after I bought it and said, I bought this 10 days ago, why has it not shipped? And the guy responds to me saying, I've been in the hospital, I'll be getting out soon, I totally forgot. Can you give me another 5 days? And basically there's a bunch of other messages about the story and stuff, and he's saying, you know, the PS4 is coming eventually, and eventually it did get here. It was just like, I don't know, I guess the guy was in the hospital and couldn't ship the console out. I'm assuming that's a real story, but you know, who knows? Let's go ahead and open this thing up though and see what's inside, and it might help explain the story some, maybe. I don't know. Okay, we got a power cord and stuff. We've got a headset, I think. Yeah, I don't recall exactly how much I paid for this one, but I paid more because it came with a headset and some other stuff, and that's... Okay, that's not a great sign. So the console is cleaned inside and out, but I guess the headphones were not, because holy crap, these things are pretty disgusting. It's hard to see on camera, but there's a bunch of just dirt and grime inside of the little earphone things, and the outside is just covered in dirt, which, I mean, like, okay, I guess that's fine, but like, what? Okay. Then we've got a random controller here. This is actually, is this a knockoff controller? No, I think it's legit. If it's a knockoff, it's a really good fake, but yeah, it's a little bit beat up, but not bad at all. I think we also have the original controller here as well. Let me check this package out. And indeed, there we go. We got the 500 million edition controller, and this controller looks fine. I don't think it was, yeah, it definitely wasn't clean. So like, did he really clean the console and nothing else? I guess that could be the case, but there's a lot of dirt and grime right there, which again is fine on a used console. I'm just confused why it said cleaned inside and out and the controller is dirty, but let's check out the console next. I'm just glad to see somebody using an appropriate amount of bubble wrap for an expensive console like this, but we're almost there. Okay, so condition of this console is not very good. There's a ton of scratches on it and stuff, and it clearly was not clean on the outside because there's just stuff on the console, just like dirt and grime. I mean, especially here on the front, like there's just a ton of dirt and grime between the cracks here. I'll take a photo and show you guys. And just like if it was actually cleaned, that's like the first thing you'd wipe out. It's just clean out the cracks, and like, I don't know, man, what, what? Yeah, you can see on the side here, there's just straight up dirt on the side of the console. Like, what is going on here, man? Like, what do you mean you clean the outside and the inside of the console? Let me take a look at, oh, we got a warranty seal just kind of jankily thrown on there, which is, it's fine, whatever. I don't know, man. Let's go ahead and plug this thing in and see what happens. Hopefully it works. Oh, by the way, we got 41,572 out of 50,000 here. Why is everything in the 40,000 side? I don't know, but let's plug this thing in. All right, plugged in. Turn it on. Wow, and the console's factory reset. Okay, let's go ahead and boot this thing. Okay, now the controller's dead. Let me go ahead and set this thing up and I'll come back. Oh no, man, dude. I came to the back to plug in my Ethernet cable and I immediately smelled what you smell from a cigarette console. Somebody's been smoking cigarettes around the console, so it's just got a smell to it. I guess we're gonna have to open this thing up partially. I don't want to open it up all the way because I just don't want to take this thing all the way apart, but we'll take the top off, I guess, and see if it actually was clean on the inside, because like it's looking a little suspect so far. But anyways, we're on the latest software version here. Let's go ahead and toss the game inside. And apparently the clean console has the worst disc rollers of all the consoles I've purchased today. Come on, man. It is reading though, so that's good. I'm so confused in this console. Guys, let's go ahead and turn this thing off and try to at least take part of it apart and see if it's clean at all on the inside. Okay, so first test is pulling out the hard drive and seeing if that's dirty. That'll give us a good idea of what's going on here. And yeah, I mean, the hard drive's covered in a layer of dust. It's like, it's not bad, but again, if it was cleaned, like why would the hard drive be dirty? Okay. Oh my goodness, what? Oh my. Okay, you're about to see something special here. So taking the bottom cover off, you can see, okay, that's actually decently clean. I mean, there's some dust and dirt up there, which is really hard to see on the translucent thing, but it's not fully clean. But the real questionable thing, oh wow. Whew. I just got hit with a wave of stank, man. Oh my gosh. That don't smell that great. But what I just saw down here is like, what? What I really want to point out is the fact that we got a little bent piece down here. This screw is just like lopsided. I don't know how to just, you can just see it there. What is going on? And this one looks like it was trying to screw in like 1,000 times and it's just like, it's uplifted, it's lifted up from the board. What is going on with this console, man? And I'll try to take a video here, but you can kind of see the fan is definitely dusty and dirty as well. I just like, again, dust and dirt is fine on a used console. It's the fact that you said you opened it and cleaned the inside and outside, and I'm opening this thing up and got hit with a wave of stank. There's dust and dirt everywhere. It's not like a desert PS3, but it's worse than it should be. I mean, it's the kind of thing where I think like maybe it was cleaned a year ago and then he played it for another year after that and it got dirty again. I don't understand what happened here. Guys, I think we are ready to leave our review. First of all, I'm not going to consider the shipping time in this situation because it was possibly a freak thing. But it really comes down to the fact that the listing said this console was cleaned inside and outside, but I got it and the console is very grimy. I don't get it, man. I hate to do it, but negative feedback. Guys, thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, go check out my brand new Pittsburgh Pile series. I'll put a video on the screen. Go check it out. It's really fun. I'll see you guys there.